In 2020, on the DC fandom, we got two games to which people were definitely very skeptical. The bomb that was Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which honestly looked great, and another game, Gotham Knights, that got a teaser that actually got me very hyped. I think many of us thought the game would be a sequence to Batman Arkham Knight, since it starts with Bruce Wayne saying that he's dead, and we would now control the Bat family against the infamous Court of Owls. But unfortunately, or not, the game wasn't connected with the Arkham universe. Gotham Knights was released in 2022 and it got some very mixed reviews. It wasn't bad, but also it wasn't good, and that took me out from even considering to buy the game. But a year later, Gotham Knights was released on PlayStation Plus, and I decided to give it a chance, since I love the Batman universe and the four main characters, which are the Gotham Knights. So let's get into the story.
If you're watching this, I'm dead.
The game starts in a great way. We see a hurt Batman fighting Ra's al Ghul in the Batcave, because as always he wanted Bruce to take his throne in the League of Assassins. And let me say this, what a beautiful cutscene to start the game. The visuals, the choreography mixing so well with this awesome Batcave that has it all. The giant dinosaur, the Riddler question mark, the coin, the Joker card, Batmobile, Batwing, has it all. And Bruce, very hurt with no other choice, decides to explode the Batcave to make sure Ra's al Ghul wouldn't get out alive. Then we see the four heroes seeing that Bruce died, but as always he was prepared. Before he activated a protocol, he was already instructing the Bat family in case of his eventual death. Of course, it wouldn't last until Gotham felt the absence of Batman, and since the police couldn't be trusted since the death of Commissioner Gordon, they are alone against the police and the gangs in Gotham. After revealing all the new instructions and their new safe house, we see the funeral of Bruce Wayne, where his uncle Jacob Kane reminds the importance of Bruce and the Wayne family for Gotham, since Bruce was the last Wayne. We then see the four heroes reunite to talk about what Bruce was investigating before his death. He was after Dr. Kirk Langstrom, and they decide to complete what Batman couldn't. We now get to choose who we want to start the game with: Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Jason Todd, Red Hood, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and Tim Drake, Robin. And I love the choice of characters, and the awesome thing is that the gameplay actually changes depending on the character you choose. For example, Nightwing is fast and has some great hand-to-hand combat. Red Hood is very strong but very slow, and he has two pistols, so his long-range combat is better. Returning to the story, we go to the Gotham University after Dr. Kirk Langstrom, but arriving there we see that he was killed in a very brutal and disturbing way. After getting all we need, we see the university is being attacked, and here is the combat tutorial, which is nothing like the Arkham combat, which made a lot of people sad, but that was obvious, and I don't hate it. It isn't even close to the greatness the Arkham ones had, but it isn't bad. I think it is actually really fun. I just hate one little thing: the RPG system they chose. As a superhero, I wanna wear any armor I want, but here we have to think and see which one deals more damage, and we sometimes need to farm levels before a mission or else it will be impossible to complete it. It is the same with the weapons. They have their levels, you can put any perks you want, but in the end you will choose the one with the higher level. And of course, as an RPG, also has a skill tree, which you have to farm skill points to level up, the classic RPG. It isn't bad, I actually love RPGs, for example The Witcher 3, but I don't like it here. I would prefer it like the Arkham, a skill tree but no armor levels. Back to the story, we flee the university in this Bat cycle, which, if people found the Batmobile from Arkham Knight bad, what is this? It gives zero speed sensation, it looks like we were running. It is so much better to glide around the city, be it on Nightwing's Fortnite glider, Batgirl's cape, Robin's whatever is this, Red Hood also whatever is this. It is much better than the Bat cycle. Arriving at the safe house, we need the DNA of the doctor, and we need to get to his body, which is in the GCPD morgue. And in the morgue we see Talia al Ghul, and she was cremating Ra's al Ghul to end him forever. After this, the team continues the investigations, until it all ends in the Court of Owls, which was a myth until then, and for me the Court of Owls and the story around it is the peak of the game. The League of Assassins, sure, it's cool, but nothing great. The story really shines when we see the Court of Owls, when it is the main antagonist, and unfortunately, and I'm very sad for this, we didn't see them in the Arkham games. The idea of a secret society controlling the city and its authorities is awesome, and the aesthetic of the court, the masks, the hideouts, all the things involving the Court of Owls are really well made. It's so cool. We also have these 3 villain case files that are like the secondary missions. One for Mr. Freeze that I think the boss fight was very cool looking and very difficult, but a bit repetitive, and the missions before we have to interrogate some henchmen is very boring, but visually speaking, like I said, is very gorgeous. Harley Quinn also is a case, and for me, the worst. I know the Joker is mentioned a few times here and there, but imagine a side mission when Joker finds out Batman is dead, it would be awesome. Much like the animated series when Batman is given for dead and Joker gets really sad. And then we have Clayface, which is maybe the best villain case. He was supposedly killed by Batman and he even gives us an act, a theater of how it happened. And the fights against him are actually really great. And Clayface itself is just very underrated. The open world is very pleasant to the eye and it's very aesthetic. The neons and the colors we see in the city makes Gotham very beautiful, mainly through the skies. The city is divided by gangs, each gang has its space, which helps in the dynamic of the city, but in the end it's very bland, a bit Ubisoft-like. Much to do, but all the same things. We have some crimes to do, but they are always the same ones. The only thing in the open world I completed is the audio logs of Bruce Wayne. These ones are actually very cool to listen. In the end, I really liked Gotham Knights. Sure, it's a repetitive game, but you can push through that. The game is for sure worth it in a promotion. If you like the Gotham universe, you'll probably love this. I love the atmosphere. It is a medium to long game and it is definitely not as bad as people made it look. And please, if you decide to play the game, don't try comparing it to the Arkham games. Neither of the 4 ones, because it's not on that level. If you can forget the Arkham universe a bit for a while, you'll like this. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thank you.